Every person who leave his or her country, he doesn't want to leave. Because of lot of problems, he leave.
Γνώρισα από κοντά, από πάρα πολύ κοντά το προσφυγικό ζήτημα. Πάντα με την οικογένειά μου κυρίως, πάντοτε συζητούσαμε και προβληματιζόμασταν για αυτούς τους ανθρώπους. Πάντα. Η συζήτησή μας ακόμη και τώρα είναι αυτό.
When we started with the vision of George Soros and the funding from the Open Society Foundations, in 2013 it was just 5 people on the ground. Now we are close to 500 people. Part of the reason of this actually dramatic increase for us was the refugee crisis of 2015.
What we call the migration or the refugee crisis is something that we can relate as Greeks. And I think that that partly explains the empathy that people showed. It was a very moving thing to see everybody involved in the aid efforts. Everybody, and I don't mean just the civil society. I mean the very simple people, you know, the people receiving very small pensions.
This is completely a new reality that we didn't have before. And of course we face now, and we have a role to play. We have to do something.
We have different audiences, we have different needs, much more complex. We don't have, for instance, a population on the move anymore. We have a trapped population. It's completely different.
That's why we have the center, which means it is not only the service which is provided to them, but also to be in a peaceful environment that gives also some kind of dignity.
SolidarityNow is a relatively new organization. It's following the need of people. Since the beginning of the crisis, it had accelerated its operations to respond better to those in need. Currently, we have 60-70 people coming in the day, but our average of working, because we are in a reorientation of services phase, is 200 to 300.
We guard very close to our hearts the principle that these centers are open to all in need. This was the vision by George Soros, and this is the core of our activity.
It means that all the services are provided for free, both for the refugees, for the immigrants, but also for the host community, even for the Greek. And this is quite exceptional, because most of the humanitarian organizations that nowadays are in Greece are exclusively for the refugees. And that makes a big difference in between SolidarityNow and the rest.
As our beneficiaries walk in our center, their needs is specialized. Most of the cases, they come for something obvious, like the shelter, or like the aid for their children. But very, very often, it's in the 100% of the cases, we help them understand, and we understand also, that they have complex needs further to that. Maybe you come for a shelter, but maybe you understand that you have an agony psychological, that you are not used to ask help in the country of origin, and here you can find this kind of help.
No matter if you do or don't do these projects, refugees will come. It is how you receive them, the conditions that you receive them, and you process them and you assist them, that will make the difference of how the local communities are going to be affected.
It's actually a very happy atmosphere. And I think that it's this joy that you get to share with them, the moment that they find the first place that they can relate to, the first place that feels like home. So you see a lot of ambition, you see a lot of hope, you see a lot of planning.
It's very important also how to build the capacity of those people, how to make them stronger, how to make them independent, to empower actually them.
When the world is seemingly closing in and talking about building walls and keeping people out, I think it is the time to invest in opening doors and building bridges across continents. If we stop now, we will not be able to provide a future for our children and for civilization going forward.
Τώρα πρέπει να είμαστε, νομίζω, γενναιόδοροι και ανοιχτόκαρδοι. Τώρα. Όχι την εποχή της ευτυχίας και την εποχή της αυθονίας. Τώρα πρέπει να είμαστε γενναιόδοροι.